if I could take another sip, lying in your bed.
Hey, what is going on, guys? This is Alex Lumi, or Illuminated, and I'll be showing you how to use fake camera movements, which you saw at the beginning of this video. Now, this preset was made by Kyler Holland. The link to his channel will be in the description down below. Please support him. This is just a tutorial on how to use this preset. He also has a tutorial on his channel that's a bit more in depth, but if you want a simplified version, look no further. Now, without further ado, this is how you obtain the preset. Now, you should see a link down below. It should be a selfie or selfie link down below, and you would click that and it should take you to a page that looks similar like this. Adobe preset fake camera movements. You click that. Now, in the description that I want to point out, there will be the creator's channel, Kyler Holland, as will be any other preset that will be on this page, but please go support. Please keep this at 0 where it says pay where you want. You click buy now and make sure all of that is zeroed out. Make sure you have put your email address so the download will be sent to you, and you would click download and you should have the preset. Now, go over to your Adobe Premiere Pro. Depending on which one you're using, I do believe it works with CS6, and I'm currently using CC 2017, so it should work for both of those. Now, what you would need to do, go over to your presets or effects area, click this little symbol right here on the side, and you should see import presets. When you click this, it should take you to the location and you would click it. Once you click open, you should see in the preset folder Kyler Holland presets. Under that, you should see fake camera movements and 3 other options under that. Now, the 2 words that you'll need to know for this preset, or for you to understand how to work the preset, is Bezier and linear. Bezier is to where it gradually slows up and eventually comes to a stop depending on the length of your clip. And linear is a continuous motion, as I will show you in the keyframes. Now, when we go to rotation, we will go to -25 degrees to 25 degrees. If, for example, you would just drag this onto your clip and you'll see it zoom in. The reason why it zooms in is because if it zooms in with the size that your clip is actually at, it'll create black bars and it just won't look too well. Now, this is an example of the Bezier -25 degrees to 25 degrees B, and this is a rotation. So that's an example of how that would work. Now, to show you what Bezier means, we would go to the keyframes, which is right here. We click rotation, and this little hump right here is basically the gradual slowing, speeding up, and the stopping. So that's what Bezier means. Now, if we was to remove the Bezier and go to linear and put that same amount of degrees on there, we go down to the keyframe, you'll see that it is a straight line. That means it is a continuous motion, start to finish. You won't notice a slowdown or a stop at all. It is just continuous motion. So that is how you use the rotation, Bezier, and linear. And let's move on. So pretty much this preset basically brings a more dramatic edge to your clips and all that. So it can really create some really beautiful clips depending on how you want it. Now, I will say this as a piece of advice: I would use tripod footage, because if not, if it's shaky or anything like that, your clip will not really work too well. You won't really notice a change. It really will just look a bit worse. Now, when we go to scale is basically the zooming in and the zooming out. So if we go to Bezier and go to 150% to 100%, basically this is how much it's going to zoom in on the clip and how much it's going to zoom out. For example, I just put the 150 to 100. You notice a slight change, but it's also based on the clip size. So I would recommend Bezier for shorter clips and linear for longer clips. But if we remove that, we go to linear, same concept, same number, 150% to 100. We just drag onto the clip, and you should see a linear scale to your clip. Now we stop that. Now the thing that you really need to pay attention for is when it gets to slide. If you are going to use the slides, there is a Bezier diagonal and a Bezier horizontal and vertical, or plus vertical. And you really need to make sure which one you desire for your clip and the one that you want to use. So for example, we're going to use diagonal. We're going to use upper left to lower right. We just drag and drop that onto the clip. And you can see the gradual slowing and stopping of this clip. So it's really quite simple. It's really to whatever your liking is. If you do prefer a faster, you can always go into the keyframes, drag this closer, drag that away. It's all up to you, you know. So pretty much that's the point of the preset. It's just, it gives you the basis, the foundation, and you move forward from there. But now that we saw the diagonal, now that we can go from top to bottom, 125%, we drag that onto the clip. This is Bezier, by the way, so we see that it actually does go from top to bottom. Wonderful. So what we do, now we can move on to the linear version, which is the last section of this preset. We can go to upper right to lower left, or we can just go to upper left to lower right again, as we did with the Bezier version. Same concept, linear, just continuous motion as usual. So we stop that. And then now we can go to horizontal to vertical. And of course there's other presets. I'm just showing you an example. You know, there's lower right to upper left, lower left to upper right. There's bottom to top, slide left, slide right. It's all typed. So you experiment with what you want, but that is all included into the preset. But we're gonna do top to bottom, 125% linear, and you will see the continuous motion. So if you have any questions, please leave a comment down below or go to the creator's channel, as he can answer any questions, any type of technical problems or errors that you might run into. And thank you guys so much for watching. Please click that like, subscribe, and comment, and also share this with your friends. If you have any other friends that is involved in editing, please send them this tutorial link, and I'll see you guys later.
Yeah, I'm the most underrated. Everybody say they spitting fire like a dragon, nigga, watch me come and slam. Coming from the basement, double XL, man, I want the cover, there's no way that I'm not in the conversation. I don't have no patience unless it's patience for playing Operation. I'm castrating anybody that's hating. I ain't trying to be famous, I'm just trying to make payments from what I'm making. I'm frustrated, about to go Super Saiyan.